You're listening to the Life Friendly Business Podcast. I'm your host, Erin Thomas Wong, business mentor, author, and founder of the Cocoon VIP membership, empowering women around the world to build businesses on their terms. If you want to grow and scale a business that works in harmony with your family and your life, this podcast is for you. Hello, welcome to episode 52 of the Life Friendly Business Podcast. I'm Erin. I'm a small business mentor helping women to build and scale their business in a life-friendly way. This series is all about visibility, because visibility is something that all of us as small business owners need to be prioritizing, because we need to get our businesses seen by more people. And it's something that we cannot ever sit back on our laurels with. I know that, when people are working one-to-one with clients, it's quite easy to get stuck in that trap of, well, I'm fully booked at the moment. It's all going well. So I'm not going to do any marketing. I'm not going to go in networking. And then suddenly two of your clients hand in their notice at the same time, and you've got no one in the pipeline interested in working with you. So this is something that we all need to be thinking about. And what I've realized is that there is this massive gap between what we know we need to be doing and what we're actually doing. And in the last episode, I explained about my new visibility mastermind and why I've created it. And it's to fill that gap. So I've got a little image for you to think about. I've got this nice graphic, but obviously this is a podcast, so I'm going to explain it to you. If you think about your world, you are in the center of your world, and then you've got circles around you, and the closest circle to you is your hot audience. So these are the people that are already buying from you in your business. The next circle out is your warm audience. So these are people that have expressed interest in what you're doing. They've joined your mailing list. They connect with you on Facebook, those kind of things. And then outside, you've got your cold circle. And what we want to be doing is bringing people into our cold circle so that they can move forward closer to us, and we'll nurture the relationship with them and bring them into our warm and then hopefully our hot circles. Most of us know that if we do video, then we might reach more people because everyone tells us to do that. Right? You might also know that if you go on TikTok and you learn how to make fun videos and do all these things, then that's going to bring more people to you. If you go on LinkedIn and write thought leadership posts, that's going to help more people see who you are. These are all vehicles to bring people into your world. But what I'm finding more and more is that when I'm speaking to people, they know this, but they're not actually doing it. And the reason they're not doing it is a lot of the time because they get caught up in a lot of the mindset blocks around putting yourself out there and putting your face out there. And what if people judge me? What if people think that I'm no good? But there are some other reasons that I think people get stuck with this. And what's really important with visibility is that you're actually consistent with your actions. So if you think about the idea of like a yo-yo, backwards and forwards or up and down, whichever way it is, if you decide this month, right, I'm going to really go out there, I'm going to get radio interviews, I'm going to write a blog post, I'm going to do a video, and you do all this stuff and you're like, I'm doing this stuff. And then you feel really disheartened because you don't get a sale from it, or you don't get as many sales from it as you think, or no one even comments on the post about it. And you feel really disheartened and you think this isn't working. So you stop, and then you don't do anything like that for 3 or 4 months. That is yo-yo visibility. It's not going to help you. What you need to be doing is taking small, consistent actions and finding a way to implement it into your normal business activities, because visibility has an accumulative effect. And also, this is the long game. You might go to a networking event and meet someone and they come back to you 3 years later. I have had that. I've had 6 years later, actually. People have said to me, oh, I met you at so-and-so and I've been following you on social media ever since. And they've never engaged with it. So I've never seen their name come up. But now they've decided they need help and I've come to mind because I met them all those years ago. So we're definitely thinking about the long game when it comes to visibility. And that's why our strategy needs to be sustainable. So with the Visibility Mastermind, I've created the 3 keys to sustainable visibility, and I'm going to share them with you now. So first of all, it needs to be personalized to you. And this is one of the big problems, is that we are bombarded with messages all the time online about people saying, I've made £1 million overnight by doing this. And I do live video and I had to do a live video every day for 2 weeks. And you see that and they say, that's the only way that you can make this money. And you think, oh my God, live video. I hate the thought of live video. And you basically spend weeks, if not months, traumatizing yourself, thinking like something must be wrong because the thought of that makes me want to die and I really don't want to do it. And you basically get stuck in procrastination because you think you need to follow what somebody else has done and what's worked for somebody else. What we need to do is lean into what feels good to you, because I bet that there are certain things that feel better than others for you. Like maybe you like writing, maybe you like doing audio, maybe you do like doing videos. Maybe you like going out networking and seeing people one-to-one. Like, what are the things that you actually enjoy doing? And we need to create the strategy to lean into that. The second key is that you need to be proactive with your strategy, because we all know that life happens. You know, you get sick, the kids get sick, the school goes on strike, COVID happens. Like, all these things happen. We know that we've got school holidays coming up if we've got kids. So what does that mean? Does that mean that your visibility and your marketing is going to drop off a cliff? Or does it mean that you're going to actually put things in place so that you've still got emails going out, you've still got social media scheduled? All these kind of things are stuff that we can preempt, which means that we can still consistently be out there for people to find us. And the third key is that our strategy needs to be progress focused. And the reason I wanted to add that in there is because I know how disheartening it is, especially if we're measuring our visibility success purely by sales. I think that that is a mistake because it's not always a clear path. What visibility helps us do is build our brand, build our authority, nurture relationships, reach new people to bring them into our world they may not buy straight away. So with the mastermind, every month we have a visibility tracker that they're filling out that basically gives them time to think about, right, so actually I went to this networking event, I made a few good connections. I wrote a blog post for the first time on my website. I've pitched myself to someone's podcast, writing down all these notes, because that way you can be much more in tune with the progress that you're making rather than just thinking it's all based on the sales. And, you know, it's very easy to give up when you're not seeing the financial return immediately. So the 3 keys. Your sustainable visibility strategy needs to be personalized to you. It needs to be proactive because you need to be thinking about what might stop you from being able to be consistent with your visibility. And it also needs to be progress focused so that you can actually recognize the difference that visibility is making to your business rather than feeling disheartened. And finally, because this is life-friendly business, we need to do all of this in a way that feels good, in a way that works around the time that we're working on our business, and that works to our own measures of success, like thinking about why we want to be visible in the first place. And that's where my 7-step framework at the beginning helps them to work out their reasons for getting visible in the first place, because it's really important that we are tuned into that as well. And the reason I feel so passionately about visibility is because I've totally been on this journey myself. And I used to hide behind other people. I didn't like my face on video. I didn't like my voice for sure. But then I just had that moment where I just realized, you know what? No one else is going to do this for me. And if I don't do it, I'm not going to have a business. If I don't do it, I'm not going to reach the people that I want to reach. I'm not going to help the people that I want to help. So if you're feeling frustrated right now because you know that you've got a good thing going, you know that you can help people, but you're not making enough sales, you're not getting enough new people into your world, and you're feeling really, really frustrated, you need to make that decision that you're going to start taking visibility as a priority, that you're going to be putting that at the forefront of what you do, and thinking about how just little things that you can be doing to remind people who you are, what you do, and that you actually exist. Because people can't buy from you if they don't know you exist. We must remember that. Really, really important. So the point is that I could sit here and give you 30 different things that you could be doing to increase your visibility. And, sometimes I know that's what people are looking for. It's just like this quick list of what can I do? But the point is that a lot of this. It's not rocket science. We know that if we put ourselves out there, if we post more on social, if we email our clients, if we put a freebie out there so that people can actually learn about what we do and get some value from it, if we go to networking events, if we go on people's podcasts, we know that more people will find out about us, but we don't do it. Why don't we do it? And that's what I really want to help people overcome with this new mastermind. That's why in this season, I'm going to be inviting guests on here to talk to me about how visibility has worked for them, or how they've been helping other people with their visibility. And they're going to be sharing the top 3 mistakes that people make and how to avoid them. So I'm really, really excited to share this with you. And, I'd love to hear from you about how you find visibility and what challenges you've come up against with trying to get your business out there. Do drop me a message at LifeFriendlyBiz on social, or erin@lifefriendlybusiness.com, or on the website lifefriendlybusiness.com. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Do you get great results, glowing feedback and fantastic testimonials, but still not enough sales? You've fallen into the best kept secret trap. Visit lifefriendlybusiness.com/visibility to find out how to escape it, so you can grow your audience, amplify your impact, and increase your income.